Tonight on Hair Loss Confidential, Miranda's story.
I started losing it on the top and then the back of my hair. It was real thin. And then I tried to hide it from my mom and my dad.
A 16-year-old girl struggling with the shame of hair loss painfully deals with violent high school bullies.
They ripped some of my real hair out, so it was bleeding.
This story is about compassion and tolerance. And at Hair Loss Confidential, we don't transform hair, we transform lives. And tonight, we transform Miranda.
Hair for women is so connected to our identity. When you think about it, what is the worst thing or some of the things we say? I've had a bad hair day. I flew into St. Louis, Missouri today, and we at Hair Loss Confidential are very excited. We are going to be meeting with Miranda's family to understand the situation that they've been going through. The case of Miranda is an amazing, sad, and difficult story. She started losing her hair when she was 13. She's now 16. It's been 3 years. Miranda has a form of alopecia where not all her hair is gone. There's patches and balding in certain sections, and some hair grows and some hair doesn't. For women, there's a constant reminder about our hair. Think of all the ads on television. Think of how isolated a woman feels when it doesn't apply to her. I think the family meeting today is going to be so important because Miranda's family has been going through so much themselves. They have felt helpless and hopeless and dealing with a lot of their own emotional trauma.
Today, when we were trying to get ready for everything, Miranda ended up showing up here, which threw everybody for a loop. She'd called my dad and said, "Hey, I can't get in the garage."
I told her, I said, she's inside with her grandma and we're making something for you for Christmas and you can't be here.
That was a close call.
Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Michelle Golland and I'm from Hair Loss Confidential. When I got here today, I didn't know what it was going to be like. They're a large family and they've really been through a lot.
I guess when you hear about these kinds of things, you always picture what people are going to look like. When she came down the stairs, I guess I just expected this little old lady. Then she said she was a doctor, and it was kind of nice to have someone that was young that I thought maybe could relate. She would understand what we were going through.
I was so moved by your story about your daughter. And I think one of the first things I want to say to all of you as a family is this has been a very traumatic experience for you each individually too.
We weren't even allowed to tell people. We weren't allowed to tell my mom and dad. She absolutely did not want people to know.
How has this been for you, man?
I feel bad for her. You know, what can you say? It's your granddaughter. You're gonna hurt for her.
Can you give me an example of the turmoil for you? It's too hard to talk about.
Not right now. Give me a minute.
I think the grandmother is in a lot of pain. I think Nan is, really hurt about what has gone on in her family and for her granddaughter.
It just kept falling out, and it got really bad. Once she lost enough where the hair pieces no longer worked, then we switched to the wigs.
During that time there, you know, we went on a couple outings where a couple boys, you know, come up and pulled the hat off, you know,
While
out
you
in
were
public.
there?
Yeah, out in public, and you know, that just, you know, it's devastating.
It is devastating.
I would have never thought the kids would be that cruel.
I think for the grandfather and for Rob, her father, you know, the feeling of helplessness in a situation like that. They can't fix the bullying, they can't fix her hair, you know, men want to fix it. What I'd really like you all to do tonight, and you need to keep it from Miranda, is I want you to write a note that you're gonna read to her. And what I'd like you to put on it is a moment that was really hard for you. And then I want you to also make your wish for her. What it is that you wish for her to get from this and to take away for her life. So one of the things that I observed was just what they've all been through, how painful this experience has been for all of them. So I think getting them in touch with that and be able to share a piece of that is going to be part of the surprise for Miranda. I think it's going to be a real bonding experience for all of them.
Coming up on Hair Loss Confidential.
Hi, honey.
Mom, what did you do?
Plus, Miranda finally opens up about the pain of her hair loss.
Can you talk about the incident where you were attacked physically?